there was a question on how do we structure uh, goal sheets and KPIs. Uh, my personal opinion is right now we just we wait for certain things to settle in. But I do know that a lot of nonprofits also have uh, grant driven, program driven grants, which means while they could be looking at some percentage of reduction of whether it is on the program delivery component, there will still need to be some work done. How do we address the setting up of KPIs or goals? Is there a timeline around it? What is your uh, guideline around that? And I think we'll just go in the reverse order. So we'll have Ria, Merit, and Chetna take it up.
So it really depends on what the previous goal setting process has been. But for now, I would say it is literally a month. It should actually just be a monthly evaluation, given how often even the government situation and the government directives are changing. I just have been following the news at the same time, and we are possibly looking at the extension of the lockdown until April 30th as of now, based on
Yes, I think
news
that's
that's
just been
coming out.
announced. Yeah, that's
Correct.
just
So
been
the news
announced.
that's
Yes.
coming out, we are going to hear a more formal declaration at around 5 o'clock. But I would recommend a monthly check-in on in terms of goals that need to be accomplished. What I would also recommend is possibly splitting current staff into two divisions, one of whom can look at program delivery and services that are happening on ground, and the other half could then focus on the back end compliance, the legalities, the stuff that the organization needs to do to keep running. Um, you might not have people with sufficient work to cover both, or you might have, a lot of people pulled in multiple directions. So you could either split the team, or you could even split individual goals where 50% of one person's KPI could be on field work, looking at program stuff, and the other 50% they could use that time to sit and um, just take stock of a lot of things that have not been done for a while. We do have a luxury of time at this point. Things like documentation, compliance, updating modules, updating content, research, things that we would have not had time for before could be added into KPIs as deliverables, which would keep the organization probably ready to hit the ground running if and when, fingers crossed, things pick back up.
This actually could be an opportunity, right, for a lot of us who've, we could, it's also time to refocus on our backend systems. If you're looking at, improvising the content component of our program, new research that we want to undertake, which could, later feed into some sort of augmentation. I think there is an
Sorry,
opportunity there.
Vijay, one more thing I will add is you could also keep upskilling as a KPI right now. Someone talked earlier about, moving upskilling and learning opportunities online. We struggle during the year to make meaningful learning opportunities, or to say that, we don't have enough time, but we all want to learn new skills with the technologies and with the infrastructure that's coming up. Make upskilling or learning a new skill one of your KPIs, and evaluate that as well. Allow the employee to sit and learn, and then let them feel productive and rewarded for that as well.
Right. Merit?
Yes, a bit of the same, really, Vijaya, in terms of thinking about monthly KPIs. There are lots of tools available now where similar to this, where teams can get together and work out what those might be. Absolutely agree on the point of adding learning as part of the KPIs. This is also an opportunity to think about what might be new skills that are needed in the future, given all this current environment, and putting some of that in as well into the KPIs. And also, Vijaya, a question for you. Was there your question? Does that answer your question, or was
Yes,
your
it does.
of the
No,
year?
no, it does. No, it does. It does. Thank you. Chetna?
Yeah. So, Vijaya, in terms of looking at the next year and looking at the KPIs for the next year, I think one very important thing would be the prediction of the business model, because we don't know right now. Okay, we are saying that we are apprehensive that funding may not be as much as it was before. We are apprehensive that the landscape may be different, but we don't know. but we really don't know, and therefore, having KPIs not for the entire year and not looking at business models for the entire year, but taking small baby steps at a time, and probably looking at only first this quarter, and
Yeah.
and that would be more, more closer, and you could also have a view on it, a stronger view on it. So that was the thought, and I think it makes sense in this new normal to go month on month, quarter on quarter, and keep relooking at your business model depending on how the situation changes, for good, and it could be very, very good also. You never know. Um, from an organizational perspective. So that's one. Definitely upskilling. There is a lot that is available, and it's really very generous of most of these online learning content providers to open up free courses, and then there's a lot that is happening there. And upskilling always gives an employee hope that it adds to your resume, right? So upskilling always gives you a very positive kind of a feeling about yourself that you're going up. So maybe curating some of that, and bringing in meaningful learning into into everybody's, everybody in the organization's KPIs. I think that's a great idea that Merit as well as Ria spoke about.